get some more. Oh, you got it? No. I don't like that northern stuff, and what it feels like. It didn't work, and it didn't work, and then I realized that all the body, you have to hold it down, you just push it like this, you have to hold it for a minute. That's why nothing happened. Pushed on it, see, don't come with instructions, I pushed it, and then I realized when I hold it down, I was getting a little bit of
Yeah.
Take those out.
Then I have a flip phone, and when I needed it, it says no line. But I got it.
Boy, it doesn't tear me up that they want to do
And what they're doing, this is a 4G. Yeah. It's my new one I got, it's like a flat screen that's gigantic. And it took forever to get it working. I don't want to carry a big thing like this. This is the one that says no service when I need it. And I just got it. It was like yesterday. And then I said I want another flip phone, and it took me a couple hours. One time I was on like 5 hours, and 11 something to do something. But on the computer, I said I want a flip phone. I they sent me a flat screen. When I said I want this, how does it work? It just hung up on me. They hung up on me, and I text them on the computer, and they just hung up on me. A couple times they hung up on me. And it took me, I think, probably 20 hours every day. And then one of them, I had them to call you back. And I waited an hour. And then they said they're going to call me back. And then after 2 hours, they called me back. And it was on the phone another hour with them. So you have to have all day long. But you don't want to block them. You don't want to do nothing. You don't know when they're going to call you back. You don't know when they're going to call you back. And now I got that big thing. I realized that you make a call, you push the green. And when you hang up, you push the red button. Nowhere. It doesn't say nowhere. I have it comes with instructions, but it's like fancy stuff.
So they estimate that he got at least 90.
How did you tell me to hold the button down for a couple of seconds?
And then they arrested him.
Everybody knows that. I said, oh, I know it. If you don't tell me, I'm gonna mind read it.
They survived.
A couple days in a row. Actually, it took me totally a month trying to get every other week and make a phone call. I'm tired of them sequencing everything, listening to everything.
So it must be really safe to get extra doses.
All right, bye. Tim Parker back in.
Whenever you're ready, you wanna go. Whenever you're ready to go, or need help getting up, let me
I
know.
bet you've had this time pizza.
Yeah.
Really? With all the olives on it?
Yeah, it had too much whatever. But let me have one of the olives, please.
Huh?
Let me have an olive, please.
You want more than one I'm eating, or you want this one, or?
Yeah, the one you just cut would be,
Huh?
the one you just cut would be okay.
I'll give you this one, it's got the olives in it.
Hello, can you hear me? Does this work? Is this thing on? Hello, test, test, test. Where is she?
Thank you.
Killer tomatoes. Oh, there you are. We're gonna use a microphone so that you can hear. Oh, only she can? Yeah. Oh, okay.
She weathered well.
Can you hear me?
You don't need that.
No, this doesn't work. I don't think this works.
I thought he told me I
Can you
did.
hear? Put it in. Put it in.
Well, you just
Don't
told
listen.
me not
Don't
to.
listen.
I know.
She's walking home.
I said,
No, I
Can you
got
hear?
the key.
Can you hear us?
I got the car keys.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, let's use this. Okay.
I just know every time I look, it's a different temperature.
All right, we're gonna get started.
It'd be nice on Tuesday, and still on Wednesday, and every time you look at it, change your mind.
Okay, so we are been going over last couple LSIM meetings. We have I don't know if you're aware of this, but West Milton no longer has a pastor. Okay. So it has come to pass that we would share Peter with West Milton. Okay. And we're going to try that for 6 months. Is that correct? Yeah. So we're going to try that for 6 months.
Interruption here.
Interruption here.
We're going to do that for 6 months while they figure out how to fill their pulpit.
Yeah.
Okay. I've entered into this as I'm helping them out, getting to not be in a different face in the pulpit for another 6 months while they're trying to figure things out. And I'm supposed to do a little bit of work to make it, what's the word? To make it easier for them to go through this. All right. So I'm supposed to get them ready to actually do that work. All right.
To make that transition.
To make the transition correctly. That's the agreement. That's why it's a 6 months agreement, because the expectation is that at the end of that, we'll maybe say farewell to one another. Maybe they're not ready, and we'll extend it for 3 months or whatever if they're in the process. But we'll get there. For now, it's 6 months. Okay? Everybody understand?
Okay.
Let me bump this again so that people who watch us online get seasick.
Okay. And there's we're
Yeah.
we're going to make some copies of this. This is a transitional agreement between us, I should say, us and Good Shepherd, and you can look at those. But here's besides that change, here's the other change. Peter's gonna have to go from here to West Milton. All right? So I think most of you kind of figured out, so what time are we gonna have service here? So we're gonna start our service at 9 o'clock. Okay? So we'll start our service at 9 o'clock here. He's gonna need some time to drive from here to there to prepare himself for his duties. So we would like to be done no later than 10. All right. So they can start their are they going to start at 11, Peter? Yeah. So they can start at 11.
They moved to 11.
So we're going to go from 9 to 10. All right. And then he's going to take off. And then what I'm going to do, and I would ask for some volunteers, if you have keys to the church here, what we would do then is make sure everything's locked up, taken care of, lights are off, and things like that. So, so I have a key, and anybody else who might have a key to the church, if you would like to do that. Otherwise, I don't have a problem doing it.
Will there be fellowship after the
We
service?
can do fellowship after, so we can stay here till 5 o'clock in the evening. So, well, I'll bring in a big screen and we can watch baseball games or something. But that's the transition. Okay. And when does this take place, Peter?
We're currently scheduled to do that on June the 1st.
June the 1st. Okay.
Through the end of the year.
Okay. So there's something for you to digest. All right. So come June 1st, mark your calendars for 9 o'clock. Okay. And if you want to kind of work up to it, you could start now if you wanted to, and just tomorrow morning. No, not tomorrow morning. There's always one. All right. So once again, we'll get some copies of this made and out to you, so you can see exactly what is going to take place between us and Good Shepherd. Can you hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right. Now, how's that going to affect the finances? All right.
Want me to try?
So, would you want to go through this?
Yeah,
Is this
let me-
what they're going to be
let me-
responsible for?
let me-
Okay.
Let me try to see if I can explain this.
All right.
All right, so the Senate is involved in this because it's a matter of call which the bishop has to be involved in. All right? That kind of means that everything has to be up to guidelines of the Southern Ohio Senate. By the way, I write those, so you can blame me for it. So what that means is Good Shepherd will pay about $3,800 per month, and all y'all will pay about $45. All right. In comparison, right now you're paying about $6,900 a month for me to be here. Salary, pension, and especially health insurance, which we're going to jack around a little bit significantly as well, but that's a different matter for you. So the financial load for the 6 months during which we are doing this goes down by about $2,200 a month. Okay, I want you to understand that. And before anybody complains, because I'm going to say it out loud and right here, yes, I end up with a raise for those 6 months. Okay, so a couple of things involved there. Yeah, I can use the money right now. Secondly, for a number of years, I've kind of just I've turned down raises. I kind of didn't ask for any because I was comfortably working the system here and everything was good, and I had I could make it financially, right? I'm a little bit more financially insecure right now because I'm about to retire here in a couple of years. I'm 65 this year, folks. So, I mean,
Not young.
all y'all need to kind of think about, but when they sent you the letter saying you now need to apply for Medicare care, you don't feel young anymore. I survived the Golden Buckeye card, but here we are. But here we are. So it's good for me to in many ways too. So I'm going to say that up front, all right? Yes, I get a raise out of this myself for those 6 months, and I can use the finances right now. The agreement is that I will be shared something like 45-55%, and you have the larger part of it. I forget what the exact things we came up with. I'm over there 2 days and Sunday morning. That's it. Somebody dies, yeah, I'm supposed to be there. If somebody ends up in the hospital, yeah, I'm going. But that don't change here either. So don't get worried about that. So that's kind of the basic makeup of this. The health insurance for me and my family obviously goes down because I'm going on whatever that calls itself, Medicare. I didn't realize that having a dependent on there, I did realize that when I dropped Addie off of it, that dependent is one category. They don't go by number of dependents. They just go by, oh, you have dependents, here's an extra $1,000 a month. And I almost fell out of my chair because yes, they quoted me, oh, it's now $2,200 a month. And I went, oh, that's rather high. Okay. And then what if I drop my daughter off? Because I can drop her on Student First, which is insurance for East Coast colleges' student bodies, which, by the way, is for 12 months. Are you all sitting down? These are all young people. 12 months, $2,000. $2,000 for 12 months.
That's good.
All right, and it drops the health insurance that the congregation carries by $900 a month. I'm mad. I really am, because ultimately, I mean, this is the healthiest kids out there. Knock on. Yeah, I mean, I know this is wood because I built it. Knock on wood. But I mean, for that they make it up for us sickos, older sickos is basically what it comes down to. But here you are. So we're jacking around with that, and even after I come back, we'll probably still do that because she'll still be on the other one. So health insurance will change anyhow. All right. Now, what's the saving? So again, you here are ending up with something like in the neighborhood of $2,200-$2,300 a month saving. I'm sure the treasurer will tell you that that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a real good thing. Okay.
I can figure that one out.
So I mean, so those are the kind of the financial realities that are coming my way here. Does everybody understand this? If you have questions, ask them now so I can actually answer them intelligently. Now, I personally know that that's obviously good news, and everybody that wants it. The 9 o'clock worship service might not sit well with some folks, and I know that as well. All right? But it's a number of things here. First of all, it's a gift from this congregation to an LSIM sister congregation. Because I mean, I've watched these good people. They're nice enough folk, all right. But right now, Nancy's there once or twice a month, and the rest of the time it's somebody else. Who knows? I mean, often it's one of us going in there extra. Nancy comes to our poor pulpits, but they need more consistency to figure out. Okay, this is who we are. This is who we want as our pastor. This is where we want to go, and so it's a gift to them. All right? It's a reprieve for us financially, which is a good thing. I think it's a reprieve for me financially, which is a good thing. It means I'm going to drive at least an hour every Sunday going and coming to a second preaching call. And I remind myself I've done that before multiple times, and I'm not afraid. All right. It's just gonna be, I guess some of the extra money I get will be invested in tires and oil.
Yeah, gasoline.
Probably going to gas tank.
Gasoline, they have to reimburse me for. That's written in, so that there is a travel allowance in there. So that's already kind of in there. There's the package here, folks, so that you know. Yeah,
With the reduction in insurance costs, why are we adding 9,000 or more to add Linda? There was a note at the bottom of the sheet you gave us a couple of weeks ago. I don't understand.
Linda who?
Cruise.
yeah. On the 1,300, she's still included. Spouse is not that expensive, actually. Now that I'm now that I am on. Yeah, I keep trying to decide whether it's Kate or Care, so it's meta whatever. Meta whatever. Yeah, it goes down to Linda and I is by 1,300 a month. Okay, the 900, not 9,000. 900 would have been just have Joy on it, and I can insure her separately right now for 2,000 for the whole year.
Okay, the list said 9,000. To pay for her insurance.
Let's not. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of. I'd have to look at it. It's either a misprint or there's something else on here.
That's a misprint,
Yeah. Yeah, dropping her, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're doing there. Oh, you know what? You know what? Here's the drill. Here's the drill. By the time Abiding Christ reimburses me, they will take it out of there. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Oh, it's
Okay.
coming out.
We'll take it out of the overflow that's like 2,800 right now. We'll take her insurance out of there. Okay. But she won't have to worry about it. It's somebody over at Fairborn has to grind numbers. Okay. Thank you for reminding me of that, because yeah, the number that I'm quoting here was without her in there, because they were pulling that 3 or 4 different ways. But I'm going to try to make sure that she remains insured, because I'm not sure how to find better insurance or cheaper one for her at this point. But I keep looking. Because Joy was easy. She's 20. Oh, what year is this? She's 22. All right. And she's part of a very large,
Under the table.
young
I realize it comes
Young,
through, it's a flashlight under your
pool,
table.
so they're easy to insure.
Must have got this one on my teacher.
Light on.
I kind of fell over
I
backwards
did
when
that
she
the other
quoted me
day, and I
quoted
don't
me
even know
that
how
figure.
you turn it
But
off.
that's what it is. There
Yeah.
you go.
Thanks to-
Everybody know what we're talking about.
Well, thank you.
Everybody good with this?
And like,
Neil, it's your meeting again.
yeah,
Child is 34.
like I said, we'll make copies of this. And we'll have them out on the front pew when you come to service.
They need to please make a decision
Yeah.
today,
So we'll make copies of these, have them out on the front pew. This is the salary,
I'll make annotations to whatever I hand out.
The salaries.
So that we answer her question here.
the salary structure, and also the transitional agreement that we have. All right. So in essence, what we need to do is vote on that. And what are you voting?
I move that we vote on the package presented to us.
All right. So there's been a move to vote on the package that was presented here and that Peter explained and that I explained as far as the transitional agreement. So all those in favor? Okay, wait a minute.
Here's a second.
Yeah. Well, I saw you. So we got, and we got a second from Chuck. So all those who are in agreement with the proposal, say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor and not in favor, say nay. Nay. Okay. All right, so the proposal passes. We're gonna start that June 1st, June 1, 9 o'clock. All right. And follow, if you're not following Horizon Christ on Facebook, you know, put that down, then we'll get some more information out on Facebook and keep you up to date.
Are you all getting weekly emails?
Oh, okay. And then your email. I forgot that.
You know, Bill, last year,
I sent 2 out this morning.
yeah, last year he started with
Yeah,
2
That's
services.
good.
one at
Robin
9,
has,
one at
Robin has withdrawn for
10:30.
a time from the
Nobody showed
newsletter.
up for the
For health
10:30. We
reasons,
were all at the 9.
She just
Where was
can't
it?
keep up at
And
this
here,
point.
when we were doing outside under the tent.
I'm just taking it upon myself to
Yeah.
send out a couple of notes in the morning so
Yeah,
that y'all know what's up.
yeah. I
If
think
you're willing
that
to, I'll
that's
send
gonna
you
go over
the.
good with people though.
Oh, you mean no problem.
No,
No
no,
problem.
Oh, you mean as far as,
at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, John. So John, from here on out, you're gonna get him from John.
Thank you, John.
I really do appreciate that.
I would do it, but I don't know how.
It's still your meeting and I'm having to wrap it. I apologize.
so, okay, let's back up. What are we getting from John?
Newsletter.
Newsletter, okay. So it,
Free
advice.
Speaking for Michelle.
oh, okay. Stand up.
Speaking for Michelle and myself, just because it's costing us less, we still need to have, don't cut what you're giving.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Please see this as an opportunity to build up and restore, so that when January 1, 2023 comes along, we're ahead and kind of can joyously say, we done it, we done some good to them, and we're in good shape ourselves right now, and we're gonna go on, all right? So, here you go.
All right. So does anybody have any questions
About something else.
as far as what?
What
Sure.
about the roof?
Okay. I'm dealing with a guy right now.
Good?
Okay. And that's another thing that I probably need to get some more information from him, but their proposition is this. They have a technique that they do is called electrolysis or something like that. Yeah, it's an electro device that they will take up on the roof and eradicate the rust. All right, eradicate the rust, and then the paint they put on, according to him, this is more information I want to get. According to him, the paint that they would put on would last for the next 30 to 40 years, guaranteed.
Good. Get it in writing.
Guaranteed. Now, his first quote was $5,000 for the process.
Okay, sounds good.
So you want to see if that still holds because of what's been going on.
Get it in writing.
Now there's an issue of getting the paint
Oh,
because it's out on a sea somewhere on the coast of California.
yeah.
So that was the last piece of information I got from him. This is somebody I network with. He does a lot of service around the Troy, Tip, and Pickle area. Very reputable company, and so but they do a lot with metal roofs.
Good.
That's why I got a hold of him.
Good.
Okay. So, but we also, Pastor and I did a Rich Roofing. He was very expensive. That guy was. He wanted to come in, and he actually came in and went upstairs and looked at the inside. He was kind of impressed with how good a shape the structure integrity was on the inside of the building. So I guess he had some thoughts about doing something there, but
Yeah, you gotta be careful that
But
they
yeah.
see money and all
Yeah,
they do is want
right.
your money, even if
So,
you
but
don't have any. I know
even
those people.
just what I mentioned, they were looking at 20,000 range, so.
Yeah.
So that's not what we want to do.
No. Definitely not.
So, but there's one other gentleman I want to get a hold of and have him take a look at it. So,
Good.
other than that, we'll see if that $5,000 still holds up. May
Get
change.
writing
It may
now,
change,
contract?
but if it does change, I believe he's going to be our least expensive one. So,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
I also got two estimates, one from Lance Roofing and from Roof Dog.
Yeah, Roof Dog. Right.
And they're both within a couple hundred. Roof Dog wanted to see if the chimneys are still working, and if they are not,
See,
they
this
want
guy-
to take them down.
Okay. This guy, my guy said you don't need to do that.
Okay, he was looking at the whole picture.
Yeah, I know.
He
I know.
also said if you wanted to replace the gutters to be,
Yeah.
I think 6 or 8 inch gutters.
Yeah,
that-
he went through all that. He went through all that with me, and he said, if you just want to concentrate on the roof, I understand that. He goes, do you build a fire in the, do you use the chimney? Do you? I said, no, we don't use any of that.
So
So,
in the year 2016 was the last time we put a coating on the roof, and I don't think it was the right coating.
no, he even told me
The
that.
effort was
He told me, he goes, who did your last work? And I said, well, I really don't
Lace
know.
Carey and-
Is that right?
Yeah.
And he goes,
It's okay.
he just kind of shook his head and didn't say anything.
Sorry about that, Chief.
So, but he was more than willing to, he's more than willing to take care of the flashing around the
Okay.
around the
Thank you.
chimney.
That's all I wanted to
Yeah.
add.
As far as the downspouts,
Gutters and
that should be something for another day, maybe.
Ronnie's.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I'll write thank you notes to those people
Sure,
who gave a bid.
sure. So does anybody have any questions about, any more questions about, yeah, I'm staying on top of that roof, so, yeah, so to speak.
You're gonna be on top.
I see what you did there.
We do have pizza to take home. Please, I don't want to
That's
see
good,
it.
considering.
Take it home, share it
All
with
right.
the neighbor.
Okay.
Any more questions? That's a good question. Thank you. Any more questions? All right. Well, think about setting your clocks to 7 o'clock every Sunday from now on out, so you.
Doesn't mean you get up at 7.
So you get yourself structured to that 9 o'clock time. All right. Anybody else? All right. Well, I'm just a simple kind of guy. I'm not sure about procedures as far as ending the meeting, but do I have any? No, if there's no further business,
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I move that we, what she said, move that we adjourn the meeting. Just do it.
And
Without objection.
Without objection, we're done.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you need directions to my house so you can help me clean up the yard, I'll be posting those. Yeah.
Oh, you mean free exercise program?
And a free exercise program.
Yeah.
No, I need to bring that up. I know somebody I have to help. Okay, I got it.
How do I get on?
Okay. No, that's not right. Okay.
Know that.
You know what?
We need to turn that
I did it, simplest recipe ever done.
What, he said there was
You can say goodbye to her. She's still watching. Say goodbye to her.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Okay, there we go.
The end.
The end.